Today on Kicks Chronicles Christmas Special, and we break down all of the amazing things that happen in Kicks in 2023. We talk about our favourite drops, our favourite brands and rollouts, best newcomers, best retros, and the best overall brand. Plus, in part 2, we actually talk about the best top 10 sneakers to drop in 2023. And with the help of some very, very special guests, we drop our combined top 10 sneakers for 2023. This is Kicks Chronicles. Yes, my people. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and everything in between. Welcome to another episode of your sneaker and lifestyle podcast, Kicks Chronicles. I'm your boy, ProZECH. Welcome. You already know, man. This is episode 64 and 65 of your sneaker and lifestyle podcast, man. And before I get into what's going on and what we're going to be doing this week and next week, I want to firstly thank you. Thank you first and foremost for an amazing year, great year, but also for everyone that managed to watch our most recent episodes. And obviously, if you haven't seen or watched that episode, feel free to go and watch that. Matthias van der Meulen did his thing, co-CEO of Sneaker Nest. Very, very cool guy. Hopefully we'll get in contact, or we'll catch up with him at some point again in the future. That, my friends, is available on all platforms, especially the ones where you get podcasts. As stated, this is our end of year special, end of year extravaganza, and we've got the amazing Adam Roberts and Kaff helping us on this episode. They are our special guests. They are former guests of the podcast. Both have been had their own specific episodes, and if you haven't seen those episodes, make sure to go and watch those episodes. Absolute bangers, both of them, but also amazing content creators and legit sneakerheads in their own right, like just amazing guys all around. And I thought, I wanted to do something special for you, man, so I brought out the heavy artillery, you get me? So yeah, once again, you may have noticed that I said this is episode 64 and 65. The reason I said it like that is mainly because I didn't want to do two intros. I was feeling a little lazy coming to the end of the year. And only really wanted to do one intro. But don't worry, don't be confused. Don't be scared. Right? I'm gonna break it all the way down so you understand how we're doing this. So in episode 64, right, aka part 1, we'll be discussing our favorite bits of 2023, and I'm talking favorite drops, favorite personal cops, best newcomers, best retro, the best brand of the year, and there'll still be an opportunity to give some flowers, but also get some stuff off of our chest. You get me? We're gonna talk about some stuff. We'll also be saying, some things that we didn't like. You get me? And we'll just have an opportunity to get those bits off our chest. In episode 65, which I'm coining part 2, right? AKA part 2. We'll be chatting about the top 10 sneakers to drop in 2023. We're also discussing the complex list. But the main part of part 2, we'll be taking all of the amazing knowledge of Kaff, all of the youth and exuberance and thirstiness of Adam, and whatever I bring, and we'll be bringing together a golden list. One that cannot be disputed, one that cannot be defeated. You get me? No, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be sick. I feel like the list that we came up with, I like it, right? But you guys, please make sure you let us know in the comments below. Also, along the way, some amazing takes, some really, really cool banter, and yeah, just like enjoyment, basically. Like, it's the end of year, bit of fun, you get me? Enjoying ourselves. I had an absolute blast chopping it up with the lads, you get me? But yeah, let me break this down a little bit further in terms of our actual schedule for the rest of the year. Part 1, we'll be dropping on Christmas Eve. part 2 will be dropping on New Year's Eve. You know, we normally drop on Sundays. That being said, because it is like the end of the year, we're actually going to be dropping them a little bit earlier. We're going to be dropping them at midday as opposed to 6 p.m. when we normally drop. Reason being is I don't know what you guys are going to be doing later in the evening, you know, and I want to make sure that you guys have the opportunity to listen and watch when you're cozied up on the couch, or when you just comatose after eating too much turkey. I want that to be the vibe before you turn Kicks Chronicles on. You get me, during this festive period. And guys, please note that as these are going to be our last episodes for the year, I'm going to be taking a little bit of time off in January. So the first couple of weeks in January, I'm going to be taking off, and our first podcast, and it's a banger. I can tell you that for now. You get me? Our first episode, right, will be on the 21st of January, right? Sunday, the 21st of January. And I will be probably throwing some bits up on social media just to get you guys back in the mode after the holiday season. You get me? But yeah, we'll be back stronger for a fact. And I stole that phrase from another podcast. I'm sure you guys will probably know that. Overall, I hope you find these installments entertaining, fun, engaging, and educational, right? I hope you enjoy yourselves. I've had an absolutely amazing year. You guys have completely contributed to that. Like, I'm thankful to God every single day for the opportunity to just enjoy myself and chat to you, man, and seeing some of the numbers as we've referred to over the last few weeks, and how the podcast has grown and the interest that we're now getting in certain aspects and areas. It's an absolute blessing. So yeah, definitely throughout the last period of this year, I'll be going to church myself to celebrate my Lord and thank him for allowing me to see this year, and praying for an amazing 2024. And I'm praying that prayer for each and every one of you, man, that are listening as well. God bless yourselves and your families for all the love and support, shares, comments, subscribes, all of those things, man. They really go a long way. I'm going to say it because, I mean, it needs to be said. I don't want less than 5 stars. Don't make me shout. I don't want less than 5-star reviews. You get me? If you're reviewing, give me them 5 stars. It really does help. It really, really does help, man. We've got some big plans for 2024. I've got some big things cooking, G. You get me? Literally, and you'll find out. And hopefully, by the grace of God, you get me, I'll bring you guys along the way. And yeah, I wouldn't be in the position that I am right now if it wasn't for you. So yeah, shout out to all you, man. And yeah, man, with all of that being said, I've been your boy ProZECH. Absolute pleasure to have you and to be here. This is Kicks Chronicles, the #1. You get me? Undeniable, undisputable, the baddest UK, the world, sneaker and lifestyle podcast in the world, global. You get me? And our guests this week are the amazing, the industrious, right, the awesome, right, Adam Roberts and Kaff. Not only for this week, but also for the next week as well. I hope you guys enjoy and have an amazing break. See you soon. Peace. Yes, my people. Once again, we are here. It's the end of the year, and we got a little Christmas Mandem special extravaganza. You got big, heavy hitters in the spot today. You get me? Like, I'm blessed. I can't lie. We've had a good year. Kicks Chronicles have done its thing, and you get me? And it was only right for me to call on the Mandem. You get me? For us to discuss what the real sneakers of the year is. So today I've got 2 amazing sneaker content creators, guys out there doing their thing, and anybody with a phone is gonna know who these men are. You get me? They wear their heart on their sleeve and they got their souls on their feet. You get me? Former guests of the podcast, guys that I know that are gonna bring the truth. They're gonna share their real thoughts and give true opinions. You get me? So first and foremost, big up yourself. Kaff is in the building. What you saying, big Kaff?
Wow, you made me feel very special with that intro, bro. I'm like feeling a bit,
Yeah. You know what I mean? You're gonna take on that. You gotta run through a brick wall with that.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you. I'm very good.
Blessings, broski. It's a great honor to have you on, bro. Like, I'm saying, like, and yeah, what can I say about this man? This man, yeah, is TikTok's sneaker first trap. You get me? Like the man, you see, he's right. He came on brand. I didn't tell him to do this. He came on brand. If you're not watching this podcast right now, yeah, you need to watch this podcast just to see Adam, what he's wearing right now. The guy is a deeper youth, bro. You get me? But Adam Roberts is in the building. What are you saying, my brother?
Yes, sir. I'm good, my brother. Appreciate you letting me come back on the pod. I've been meaning to do another one. I think it's been a good, year and 2 months.
Yes, yeah.
The last one. I think everything's changed now. I think everything's bigger, both sides. I see you.
Everything's up now, bro. Everyone's up now. You get me? That's good.
Next year, we're going to do this again, and it's going to be even bigger than this. You know?
Even bigger. That's what we want to see, broski. So, guys, first and foremost, as I said already, but I need to reiterate it, massively appreciative for you guys being here and just gracing us with your presence on the pod. Let's kick off in a very, very simple way. Kaff, when you went to work today, or when you left the house, what did you have on feet, bro?
Today, what was I wearing today? I was working from home today, but I went to pick up little man, and I threw on. Why have I forgotten what I put on? I was literally just come back home. It's probably downstairs by the door as well. Raw. I think it was the Conversations Among Us. Yeah, I put it back. Okay. New Balance.
I was gonna say that the age is catching up to Kaff, but no, he's done his thing.
From back then, they look like Chanel's. I was thinking they were Chanel's at the back.
Them B30s.
Yeah. Double C.
Kaff did his thing. That's hard. Adam, what did you have on feet today, G?
Where have I been today? I've been to the grocery store. I literally went to the gym. That's why I'm like this right now. But nah, the only shoe back there that I got 2 pairs of, White Spring Reimagine. I'm wearing them every day.
Love it, bro. Love it.
I think we're going to talk about them on this list.
Oh, they're definitely gonna make an appearance. And myself, I left the house briefly today. I wore the Wave Runners today.
Mm-hmm.
Wave Runners today, so I'm happy that at least Adidas is gonna get a mention on this podcast and on this panel, as opposed to the Complex panel where they completely mugged off Adidas like it doesn't exist and didn't have the best year that is needed for probably the last 5 years. But we probably will mention something about that as we move along.
They did get points on the board.
They have to, bro. You have to respect it. And the thing is, we can't pretend out here. You may have preferences, but we can't pretend. We need to be real. You get me? So how we're gonna start this, right, is essentially what we're gonna do is I've sent the guys some categories. Right, it's not an award ceremony. Obviously, there's not going to be any plaques or any awards handed out. No performances, unfortunately. Right, but this is a great opportunity for us to get some stuff off our chest and for us to give some flowers if you want to as well. And you know what? I think it's a great opportunity for us to do. It's a reflective period. End of 2023. It's a time for us to do these things. So I think the best place for us to start would be best newcomer, right? This can be a silhouette, a designer, or a brand. You get me? I'm coming to Adam. Adam, what is your best newcomer?
The best newcomer? I think I got 2 options because you said it could be from different aspects. I think in terms of shoe, I'm happy to go with the Nocta Glide. But I think in terms of designer, now I know this guy might have made an impression in the previous years, but I would say between J-Tips and Joe Freshco, I'm not gonna lie, or even John, those 3 guys, anything that they put their names on, it's going to sell out, bro. It even tweaks my interest a little bit. But now I'm still I'm not getting it. Just one guy. But I will admit, they made waves this year, them 3 guys.
They got you a little bit interested in a brand other than Nike.
Exactly. I'm New Balance. I'm what? But it says JJJ on the side? Possibly.
No, I respect that. Kaff, what you saying, man? Best newcomer.
It's the same, man. J-Tips, man. He done his thing. I was disappointed when I heard it's not coming to the UK. His I forgot the name of the Saucony that he did. Saucony that he did. The most recent one, the brown one.
What the occasion? But I think it's the Grid one. Shadow. Yeah, Grid Shadow 2000. Yeah, crazy shoe. That's the baddest shoe.
I haven't been that curious about a new silhouette. I'm a Nike boy, innit? At heart. I haven't been curious about a silhouette from another brand like that since the Yeezy Wave Runner, the one you probably wore today, the first one. Because there's not a lot of shoes and silhouette that can tempt me out of my Nike claims. You know what I mean? So
it has to be from Nike.
Yeah,
yeah. The new silhouette got to come from Nike.
And he seems like a cool guy, and I like if it's not him, then it's got to be something that Soleil Bembry's done. But best newcomer, I'd say J Tips best newcomer.
Yeah, I have to. I mean, that's a clean sweep for J Tips, G. Clean sweep for J Tips. Like, I can only reiterate what you man have said, but like, I've never seen a 1-2 punch like that in a year from a newcomer. From my perspective, he just came hard. His man came harder than Shaq and Kobe, bro. It was hard. It was crazy. It was crazy. Like, that first shoe, and I'll be real, yeah. Like, shout out to the Double Dot podcast, man like Scott. He put me onto that Grid of 2000, the Remember Who Fronted, and I was like, this is cheeks, bro. This is rubbish. Like, I don't want anything to do with it. All of a sudden, I'm listening to the Complex podcast, and J Tips is there, and I made the mistake of hearing his story, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm a story guy, bro. The guy drew me in, and I was like, bro, I'm fronting right now, and I need to stop it. You get me? Like, the shoe, I just saw the shoe in a different light entirely, because the shoe, you can't deny the shoe makes you feel. So that pink shoe, that will draw attention, and it will make you have an opinion, right? Bro, what he followed that thing up with the occasion? Bro, I said, nah, bro, this guy is on the fire. That brown shoe, respect to the blue one, but the brown one, that should be a life-changing shoe for him. That should change his whole world. No, bro, but it's coming out in the next few days. I believe it's coming out on the 15th in Europe.
What's retail on a Saucony?
About 150, I think.
Yeah, it's about 140.
That's respect. Cool.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
275.
Nah, it's not crazy. But the thing is, the materials are New Balance level. Yeah. Like, I believe New Balance gets their suede from Saucony. I believe it's that way, right? And they're all in that sort of like luxury runner area, right? So I do feel like it's a safe shoe to spend that kind of money on. Like, but altogether, 100% agree with you, man. Let's flip that all the way around and let's talk about the best retro to release in 2023. So this is a re-release. This is a shoe that has come back, and we were happy to have it back.
He's great.
You get me?
He's great already, bro.
Kaff, I want you to say...
I know what you're pointing at, but I'm not going to use that as my answer. I'm not going to use that as my answer.
I'll tell you. Okay, I want to know what Kaff is talking about. Talk to me, Kaff.
For me, it's the Reimagine 3. It's what I like about it is it's not just, okay, we're bringing out the cement 3 again. It's one thing I'm an advocate of is give the new generation their new grails, isn't it? So even
I love that.
Even though it's a retro of an OG model, the new generation have got their one. So the man them that became and gal them that became sneakerheads in the last 5-6 years, in 10 years' time, when Nike say, boom, we're retroing the Reimagine 3, they're gonna be like, I was there for that. And it's not just the same old OGs releasing.
I love
OGs
that.
Releasing.
I love
OGs
that.
Releasing. Do you see what I mean?
No, I absolutely love that. I think even that way of thinking is refreshing. I didn't even deep it in that fashion, broski. So that's very, very cool. Like, yeah, that's very, very cool. Adam, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, no, I agree with that, because like the last one was 2013, and if you try to find a pair of that now, like your mids are gonna be cracking. But crazy. We're gonna remember it differently. We're gonna remember our retail being higher and everything like that. When we get it again in 10 years' time, it's gonna be even like $50 more.
It's gonna be for real. It's gonna be crazy, Brett. And I completely agree. I think the Reimagine White Cement is an absolute banger in terms of a re-release. I will also give honourable mentions to the Big Bubble. I just love that shoe. I love the AM1. It's just something that's close to my heart. When I came into the year, I said to myself, like, if there's any shoe that I need to get this year, like, in order just for me to feel okay about like where I am in this game, I need to get that Big Bubble. And it was a good shoe to get, and it wasn't a difficult shoe to get. And I think if you're a certain size, you might still be able to pick up some pairs at retail. And the last one I would mention, right, as a re-release is a Pirate Black. Thank God that Kanye, right, and Adidas managed to mend their fences for about 10 minutes. They managed to mend fences for about 10 minutes for me to cop that kick, and then everything does out again. So yeah, I just thank God, because I've wanted an OG 350 for the longest. I wasn't around when the original, like the Turtle Dove Pirate Blacks and all them ones come out. So just be able to have that in the collection. And I've been rocking that shoe, bro. That's part of my autumn winter vibe. Seriously.
Can I be honest? The only one of the reasons I didn't put that down was because that whole debacle came up on my other biggest of the year.
Okay.
Also, none of us got any for retail. None of us got any.
None of us except for me.
And you were the biggest size out of all of us.
It's mad. But do you know the reason why? It's the Adidas points, G. What are they? They're just sitting there. They're just sitting there accruing interest.
Because they know there's no products in this room. Yeah.
Oh man, I needed this. I needed a few of them too this year. But yeah, do you know what we're gonna touch on this year? And this is something I'm really excited about. And I'm gonna come to you about this, Kaff, first. The biggest rollout, the best rollout, the biggest release of the year, right? The biggest release of the year, right? And I'm talking hype, I'm talking media campaign, I'm talking drop, reception, all encompassing, bro. What was the biggest?
It's not even.
Biggest one this year.
It's not even close. Cortez. It's not even. It's not Cortez Air Max 9. The whole campaign for any of the OGs. I have not seen an ad campaign like this from Nike since the Jogger Bogger football with Ronaldinho and all that. Like crossbar challenges, shop drops, events. Like from Paris,
bodegas,
to London.
People, New York, people just running on the streets, Times Square, just all kinds of madness, bro. Days.
How are you putting Boss Man 99p corner shops in USA and it's working? Hands down, it's not even close. I can't even think of another drop that's anywhere close to it. Like
there's only one other, but it's not even close to that. That's the Travis drops.
Do you think? Do you think? Because obviously you're talking about the golf one, right?
Well, yeah, that and the olive pair.
I feel like the olive pair was kind of muted, but I feel like that golf drop, and I even feel like what he's cooking with McEnroe now with this Mac Attack drop is bubbling, bro. I hollered at Kaff today to talk about that specific that Cactus Mac tea, bro. And if you watch the video and he's got the Mac Attacks where it's got Cactus Jack at the back and he's crossed out and it's got Cactus Mac. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, you're creating history right now, slyly on a silhouette that I'm not actually very, bro. I did not care about the silhouette. Yeah. And now I care about it, and it's mad.
Yeah, I agree with Adam. I want them to release that one.
And I want to release that version of it.
I want that one. For
two reasons. Because I think the Mac with the Jack crossed out is sick. For one,
super mad.
But two, everyone that plugs and got it early will have the wrong pair.
Backdoor merchants.
When you go and they ask like, why is it crossed out? Like, there's gonna be like, oh, like this happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's immediately a story behind that.
Exactly.
See, this is it. Yeah. And this is it, man. This is what we're looking for, and this is what they tapped into. And I have to commend Travis, like, because I think by his account, kind of a calm year, not a crazy hype year, right? But like, bro, when it comes to tapping into the scene, bro, like, bro, he can turn that Twitch on or off whenever he wants, and like the delete the Zoom thing and all of this building up hype for a shoe. And I have to reiterate this, that I did not really care about. I respect the shoe. It's from the 80s. I'm an 80s baby. I have to honor my time, and I love tennis as well. Like, and John McEnroe is a legend in the game. Yeah. But that shoe isn't like a shoe that was on my radar, that I heard it, rumblings of it coming back, and even saw the bits and pieces with him and Travis, and still didn't feel something until now. You get me? Like, so I have to put respect on that. One thing I did want to mention, I'd be remiss of me not to mention something that sort of piqued my interest this year, the Haritos. I want to get your opinion, opinion on the Haritos drop, because I felt for a shoe and a brand that literally has no connection to the UK, there was quite a lot of hype in the UK for this shoe. There's quite a lot of hype in the UK for this shoe. I don't understand it. The shoe's good.
No,
Adam, go first.
Adam, do your thing, bro.
It's because, I mean, I hate to say this, but like, people over this side of the world copy everything. So if it's popping over there, they're gonna copy it.
I hear that. I hear that.
That's what happens. Like one territory will copy the other, like for some reason.
Nah, legitimately, I was a bit confused. Don't get me wrong. I think the shoe's a fire shoe. I think it's a great shoe. And we'll find out if it's on the list later on. But it's definitely a calm shoe. But that rollout was fantastic. They did really well to get a lot of attention. Did you wanna drop anything on that, Kaff?
No, Adam's spot on. I just think it was over this side of the river. I definitely think it was a massive case of FOMO, and it was almost like we were passively getting hyped because of how hyped the US were.
Yeah,
and
they were super hyped for it. Yeah,
it just feels like those of us from Caribbean and African background. If Nike dropped a super malt dunk or a
why has that not happened yet? Why has that not happened yet?
But imagine if there was bare hype for it in Canada. You could kind of see that. Okay.
Yeah. Why?
Do you not really understand why the significance, or are you just? Do you know what I mean? Like, and furthermore, if Nike watch this and if I see a supermodel dunk come out,
100%. No, for real. Nah. And by the way, Kaff said it, but it's my podcast, so we're splitting that. Do you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say something, that's a little left field, right? But we can't rewrite history, and we have to be honest, right? The big red boot, bro. They took over the internet for a minute. They took over the internet, man. That's a massive drop, bro. That was a huge drop. Now, what happened subsequently was mad and kind of funny at the same time, but we can't deny they took over for a little while, man. Talk to us about the big red boot, Adam, man. Talk to me.
Bro, I saw them in person. And I asked to try them on, and they were like, nah, you can't. Like, obviously it's for sale. I don't know why I still can't try it on, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might want to get it for some reason.
This is it.
No, but I've seen them, and I'm just like, do you know what it is? Like, it's literally something that's so out of the ordinary that's never seen. Plus, also, it goes with today's fashion, this opium fashion that people be doing. Like, they wear like nothing and then something like at the bottom.
Oh my days, yeah.
Yeah, like something like mad down there. So to be honest with you, bro, plus also Mischief, they've done like that release where they did that shoe that looked like the cast. Looks like a cast.
Like a leg brace.
I forget the name of that. Yeah, no, like
Mischief, I could just cause him Mischief. They're doing
that's what I'm saying.
All kinds of madness, yeah.
I like for what it is. I'm just never rocking it. And obviously, like for the people that paid like $1,000 for them, fire for you, because like now you realize you follow trends.
Yeah. Do your thing, bros. Do your thing. Because the money on that is down. I'm just being respectful. It's super down. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna move on to the best collaborator of the year. So this is where we highlight a brand that essentially had the hardest features all year. You get me? So we're looking for the Lil Wayne of 2023 in terms of features. I'm gonna start this one off. Now I did not manage to cop any of these, right? But I have to put respect on the name Kith. Kith did their thing this year. You get me? I listed a few of the shoes that they dropped. They had the braided Birkenstock, which is the baddest Birkenstock I've personally ever seen. I know some people out here like chatting about Birkenstocks. Yes, I'm an older youth. You get me? So I move different. I like that comfort, broski. A braided Birkenstock is interesting to me, right? The A6 Marvel pack was crazy. Yeah. The gel light threes were crazy. You get me? Just making people feel like kids again, not knowing what you were gonna get, whether it's gonna be a Rogue or a Wolverine or whatever, or a Gambit. I thought the Gambit colorway was crazy. The Cliff Clark Samba obviously was potentially one of the shoes of the year in my opinion. The Gazelle, the Puma Palermo, bringing in Puma as well. Obviously the New Balance 993. Ronnie Fag also doing his thing with the 998. I think all in all, Kith, among others, I don't think they really ever miss. They have a real clean and a particular style that I vibe with. So I'm throwing that name out there. Adam, what you saying?
I mean, I don't want to kind of leave it to just Nike, even though they are like my favorite peoples. And plus, I'm also not trying to disregard shoes, even though they might not have banged on the resale market. They still need recognition, because I think Alwan Munir still deserves recognition because the 12s did drop like early in the year, and then we got 2 5s as well. Plus, also, I know we have a 3 and a 4 coming out next year. And I think also, I would say Union, but I'm kind of fuzzy on that KO low that they dropped in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think that the thing is, I think the BBS Jordan 1,
love that shoe.
I think was a high point. I think that was a high point for Union this year. But I think the KO, it's almost like that was a high, that was a low, so it kind of made it mid, right? So it's kind of like a forgettable year for Union. But yeah, I'll put a lot of respect on that BBS. That's a strong shoe. Kaff, what are you saying?
I got a split decision. I got two. And one is low key been cooking up heat, and people are just, it's going over everyone's head. Bro, Clarks.
Respectfully.
Clarks had a Supreme wallaby, a Lady May, a Lady May wallaby, the Kith Adidas Samba. Clarks has had a mad year.
Clarks, that is mad. You don't even think about Clarks.
They've had a mad year.
Supreme also. I think they've done their thing.
I think
I think the Ramelzi dunk was a fantastic shoe.
Fair enough.
I think both were fantastic.
There was also a court posit, which was like, okay.
Yeah.
But next year they will be on this list. Like, they will be on this list.
Yeah.
We get a new Jordan brand collab like next year. Like, I'm praying that like it's a Jordan 3.
No, we like that. We like that. No, I'm a Supreme fan. I like what they do. I keep my thing really simple. But yeah, I'm happy that they had a decent year. I wouldn't say that they were flying, but I think they were cooking under the radar. And if we get in more kicks, I don't think they generally miss with their Nike collabs. I think in general it's been pretty strong. Do you know what?
Unpopular opinion. I'm not really a fan of Supreme.
Do you know what? I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I think the hype is definitely gone. I think a lot of people are not fans of Supreme. Especially after my man Tremaine came out and exposed what was going in the working practices.
I think sometimes the collabs and their drops come across a little bit like the emo kids in school. Like, it's unnecessarily it's unnecessarily negative. Like, why does every shirt with a character on it have to have a middle finger up? Like, why?
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
That's a swear word. Graphic of people. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
The emo kid. I thought they was wearing V-long. Not in
the terms of the clientele, but like the attitude towards, right, this is the design.
No,
it's gonna be another middle finger.
It's definitely an antagonistic brand. It's definitely a brand.
But are you bored of that though? Like,
no, but the thing is, do you know what I was gonna say? I was gonna say I feel like in their heyday, which is probably about 5 to 7 years ago, I believe that customer, that's what they were looking for. They were looking for a super hype brand. And I think that the days of the hype beast are probably coincide with the height of Supreme. And I think those days are past. And I think that's what they were looking for. And I just think they're stuck in a little bit of that loop.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like they're stuck. When I see these designs, it still feels like watching a hype beast take a picture like that. That's what it feels like when I see that.
Nah, but the thing is, what I respect about Supreme is, number one, they acknowledge bigger youths. You get me? They do a double XL, which not a lot of big streetwear brands do, and it's a true double XL, so man can get down. You get me? And also, like, I respect like the quality of their clothing, especially their clothing. They've had some really cool collaborations in terms of kicks, but and I've got the wheat Jordan, the wheat AF ones here. Like, very, very simple. It's cool, it's calm, it's fine, whatever. But in terms of their clothing, like, good quality, it's good, and it sort of like, and it like in terms of like simple bits, you can get your simple stuff. You can go down that road of trying to like be avant-garde and different and emo and that. I'm not really interested in that. That's not gonna vibe at church. You get me? I'm just trying to drip in peace, Kaff.
But a question to you, man, because I'm not really into Supreme like that. For you, genuinely, like, legit question, because I'm curious. Does it still feel organic to you?
100%. 100%.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I just got something from Supreme last week.
Yeah,
but do you still get? Do do you still get that organic feel that say people get from Cortez? That do you still get that feeling?
Yeah. If you just genuinely just buy what you like instead of just buying like whatever hype.
This is it.
Buy. Yeah, you just have to just go there, and if your mind tells you like it and you want to buy it, then just buy it. Because for me, I passed like 80% like of the year, but some pieces here and there are nice. Like I would get a North Face, but not for that 1.5, man.
No, I feel exactly the same. I think when you get to a certain level of maturity, you start realizing I ain't buying clothes for other people. I'm buying them for me. You get me? And I do the things that I want to do because I like them. And there's certain pieces that they drop. I'm like, oh, I really like that. Now I'm not getting hype. I'm not getting crazy, and I'm not like trying to get a box logo and I'm on my phone trying to get it, man. I'm past all of that.
Yeah,
I could care less. Yeah, I'm saying I'm past all of that. It's not a big deal to me. But there are certain things I'm like, oh, that kind of looks cool and that's kind of nice. And it's like, boom, like I can get it now. And it's actually an interesting thing because I can get it now in a sense of like it's not as hype. So I don't have to rush. I don't have to be out of my mind. I don't have to buy a bot to get Supreme anymore. I'm saying like them times have gone, bro. I can get my stuff if I want to get it. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Do you know what we're gonna get into now? Yeah, right. We're gonna get into best personal cop of the year. Right, best personal cop of the year. The shoe that you picked up this year and you absolutely love. Adam, you're ready. I know you're ready. Hi there. So nice to see you. Sorry to interrupt the pod. I'll be literally 30 seconds. I just wanted to say thank you for being here. And also, if you enjoy the pod, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really does help. Also, if you're listening on an audio platform, feel free to give us a review, whether it be positive or negative. Just leave a review. We really, really appreciate it. Also, feel free to listen to our old episodes. And if you ever want to get in contact, if you want to let me know what you're thinking, feeling, or whatever, holler at me. My name is ProZECH. ProZECH on all social media. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm enjoying TikTok at the moment. So feel free to holler at me. I will always holler back. And with all that being said, I'll let you get back to the pod. Toodles.
You have to release the shit.
No, just your best personal cop.
Okay, I'm definitely going with them.
Wow, so Adam's currently holding up an absolute grail for a lot of people. This is the Off-White Jordan 1 in the Chicago colorway. Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, have you worn these?
No, like, these are DS, bro.
For real, they look new. They look completely new. Unbelievable.
These are DS, bro. Yeah. However, I actually didn't realize that. I actually have one small flaw on mine. But I didn't realize this till like a week and a half or so after. But it's minor, though. So on my 85, I actually have a little bit of it.
Oh, a little bit of the 8 is missing.
But
bro, that's a story.
Yeah.
That's a story. That's legit.
Bro,
that's
who's
a story.
going to complain about that?
Nah, that's a story.
Yeah, no one's going to complain about that. But yeah, though, I got this from amazing
super hard
price.
shoe.
And it's kind of just going to be more of that sentimental placeholder piece, like, for the moment. I'm probably not going to rock this. I think I'll find a used pair simply just because this is, like, I'd rather sell this and put this towards something that will make me a little bit more liquid, but I will definitely get a used pair. I won't just not have any in my collection now. No.
Yeah, that's a super hard shoe, man. You can't deny it. Can't deny it. Kaff, you ready to go on this?
Did you see my poker face? Because that's my girl.
Bro.
That's my
bro. Adam, if you don't know, you are currently.
What's your name?
Adam, if you don't know, like, of all the people in this world to show that shoe to you, Kaff is the ultimate Virgil stand. Like, that is his guy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I kid you not. That is my retirement pair. If I got a pair of those, I'm cool, bro. I'm cool from now on.
I said the same thing when I got it. I was like, I could be done, you know.
Yeah, for real. That's a Thanos move. Like, I'm cool. Just go to the farm and chill.
Yeah. Just sit down. I'm cool.
Sorry.
Just sit down.
Sorry, you wanted to know my pair this year?
Yeah. What's your pair?
I've worn these so many times, and
come on.
I think everyone agrees. Jordan 4s are not comfortable. They're not.
Say it with
Here
chest.
and
Say it with chest.
This-
Say it with chest. No. The thing is, you've got that young foot, Adam Broski. Like people with real feet
Brother.
out here.
Brother.
People with real feet out here,
Brother.
Broski. Nah,
When-
that is not a
when-
comfortable shoe. It's a crazy silhouette. We all love it. It's a terribly uncomfortable shoe.
When-
No, but I
when-
think they need to make all Jordan 4s like that.
Exactly.
100%.
I think that's
And
why.
that's
100% agree.
And that
100% agree.
was all I had left to say. Like,
Yeah.
If you've got a young foot and your foot ain't marinated yet, trust me, when you get older and you step into a pair of Jordan 4s after about an hour and a half, it feels like your toes are bleeding, bro. This
Unbelievable.
one, I don't know how they retooled it. I don't know what materials they used that were different, but this is the most comfortable. Not just Jordan 4. This is one of the most comfortable pairs in my collection.
Jordans.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, bro.
Jordan.
No, for real. And obviously, we're guys that are listening, we're talking about the Jordan 4 SB. We're tested with skateboarders for 2 years in order to guarantee its actual comfort. Back tab has been completely changed. It's a far more pliable material, so it doesn't scratch up the back of your foot anymore. Like, bro, like they did some practical changes that actually made a massive difference. Plus, the colorway bangs.
Yeah.
Like on every level, from the back tab, the hits of green, the little bit of gum on the outsole, bro. Little hits of red on the Jumpman, bro. Like, and that grey mud guard, a la the military, bro. Come on, man. The shoe bangs on every single level.
You might got
get
stars
me,
on
like-
yours.
I doubt it, bro. I think I've only
What?
worn mine 2 or 3 times.
Also,
Bro, I move differently, bro. I move differently when I wear that shoe, bro.
I've
You
worn
tried to
these-
play basketball in them.
I've worn these. I've worn these in the rain. I've worn these in the mud. I wear
You
them
wear
to
these
work.
in the rain. Nah, I did that
Yeah,
one
man.
time. I could have never do it again.
Yeah, man.
Never do it again. See, this is how you know that, like, this is actually. How do we all have this? This is crazy.
Bro.
Yeah, everyone.
Like, it's necessary,
genuinely,
bro.
like, this is
It's
a-
necessary. It's
It's a
necessary.
banger.
It's necessary. There was not too many time, like in life, where you're like, "Oh, that's actually a shoe that I literally have to get."
Yeah.
You get me? And everybody's saying the same
You might
thing.
get your
So
retail.
full respect on that shoe.
Yeah.
I actually got these for free.
Oh, is it? Well, that's
For
better
free.
than me. I pay resale, but I pay resale for mine. Not bad,
I actually
though,
got these for free. No, I mean 270 is calm on those. Yeah, I got blessed with those after doing a little bit of work. So
Nice.
them ones there.
Nice.
2023, bro. 2024 is a different year.
Mm.
2023, we did our thing. We're all up now. You get
Yes,
me?
sir.
We're all up now. What was I gonna say? Do you know what I was gonna say? Best personal cop for me, apart from those, is actually the Reimagines. So I actually only recently copped the Reimagine threes. I got mine used. Quick story, right? Is actually involves Kaff, right? Kaff, if you don't follow Kaff on Instagram, like, the guy's super helpful. He throws up all kinds of information and new drops and different bits and pieces, like just all up in his story. Like, so if you follow him, just go to his stories, you're gonna see everything, right? So I'll go in his story now, like I normally do. It's almost like I'd go there for the news, right? It's like news round. Just go in his story for news round, right? And all of a sudden I'm seeing that they shot drop the Reimagines on sneakers, right? Literally, I think this happened like a week or 2 weeks ago. So like instantly, I'm like, okay, let me jump over to the sneakers. Didn't get any notification. Jumped over to sneakers. It was there. Went there, and it obviously sold out. Right. So I'm like, I'm pissed. Right. It's 190 retail. I'm thinking, you know what? Let me see if any of these fast movers have put them up on eBay. So I jumped over to eBay. You know when they put it up and they say order confirmed and all
Order
that.
confirmed.
So I was like, order confirmed. Them ones there, you get me. So I went over onto eBay, and there wasn't any new. You know, you're saying the gotten photos, wasn't any of that. But there was a guy selling a used pair for 190, and obviously retails 190. So I was like, 190 plus post and package. So I was like, that might work. I saw the pictures; they looked all right. You get me. The shoe only came out like 7-8 months ago, so the shoe can't be completely cooked. Saw the pictures, they looked good. They were in my size, and it's a hard to get size. I'm a size 12. So I said to myself, you know what, like, let me throw in a cheeky offer. So he put it up for 190. I gave him a cheeky offer. I gave him a 170. You get me? Like, because I was like, you know what, let me just see. You get me? Like, I said to my missus, like, if he takes that, bro, I've done it. Because for me to get, even if it's used, for me to get a used pair of threes for under retail, I'm loving it, right? Because this is potentially one of the shoes of the year. He aired that. He did not respond on eBay at all. Like the whole 24 hours, no response whatsoever. So I'm like, okay, I'm screwing now because I'm thinking he thinks I've like insulted him with my derisory offer, right? So I've gone. Yeah, people get in their feelings and you don't know, right? So, and he wasn't responding to any of my messages. So I went into the thing again, and I went into the description. And people always go into the description, just read. You never know what you might find. Went to the description, and he had his Instagram handle there, and he literally writ next to it, "Come to Instagram for cheaper prices." So I said, say less, right? Jumped over to Instagram, went to his page. The shoe was there, and the shoe was there on a Black Friday special, like for 155, and I'd already offered 170, so 155. So I'm even more up now. So I said to him, calm. So I messaged him on Instagram, and he said to me, "Oh, it's no longer Black Friday, so we're not running that special anymore. But I'm happy to accept the 170." I said, "Big man, can't run that. Can't do that, man. You can't talk. I'm from South London, bro. I saw 155. So now we ain't playing no games. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't playing no games." So he said to me, so I said to him, respectfully, if you put it up at 155 on your thing, and I've seen 155, that's what I want to spend. Right? He said, "No, I'll have to take the 170. And I was like, "You know what, broski, yeah? Yesterday's price ain't today's price. Most I'm going to give you is 160. He thought about it and he accepted, right? So I've got these for 160, right?
It's a good price.
Like you can see, bro, like minimal star loss, like soles are barely used. I've worn this basically every day since it came in the yard. Like very, very good pair. And the fact that it's used means I'm not shook of rocking this shoe. Like I'm already wearing the shoe. Like I'm in, and it goes with absolutely everything. So yeah, it goes with absolutely everything. Yeah, new pairs are really techie for me to use straight away. Like I need to work myself into it. Whereas with used pairs, I'm ready. Unless it's super cheap or a GR, right?
Just wear it. Like,
It was there, man. All right, so now we talked about that. Let's come from a different angle. It's been super positive. We've been giving people loads of flowers. Like, let's have a little dig. Let's have a little dig, right? We're about positivity on the team, but we have to be real. You get me? We have to be real. Biggest flop of 2023. And this can be anything, yeah? I think I'm coming to Kaff first on this. Biggest flop of 2023.
Adidas and Yeezy. The whole, we're not selling Yeezys anymore. Then we are selling Yeezys. Then we're going to sell all the inventory. Then we're pulling the inventory. Then what do you lot think we should do about it? Then we're going to do what we want to do about it. Then we're going to sell all of them and give it to charity. Then we're cutting all the stock. Then we don't agree with Kanye West, so we're pulling it. We don't care about Kanye West because we need to satisfy our shareholders. It was a debacle, and
then it just dropped like every week in August, like for a month.
Yeah, just flood the market.
Some retailers don't want to sell them because of the message. Some retailers were selling them when they shouldn't have been selling them. It was a mess, and I don't think they realize how many people they put off Yeezy by doing that. And not just them, Kanye, but there's so many people. Even messages I've had like, "I'm selling all my Yeezys. I'm not even on a hype team. I'm not posting videos of me burning them. I'm not posting. It's not even for attention.
That deep, man.
It's not even for attention. So people aren't even posting that they're getting rid of all their Yeezys. Like that's how genuine it is. And it's like I just think that whole situation, they should have taken a page out of Mac when Travis Scott had that madness at that festival. Tom Sachs, he's another one that could fall into this list. They just stand back, make an announcement to say we're aware, we've heard what's going on, we've seen it. We're going to wait for an investigation to be done, but then they don't commit to saying anything afterwards. It's just we'll wait for an investigation to be done. That was a debacle.
Kanye was too vocal, man. Kanye was too vocal. Plus, also, to be fair, for Travis and things like that, I don't think they're not as impactful to their brand like Kanye. Because Kanye took up like 65% of like online sales for the whole place.
But that's what.
I mean,
but knowing that, they should have known how to deal with that situation, because you can't need
100%.
The knee jerk reaction was to say, okay, well, we're severing ties, we're pulling all the stock. If this person's bringing in 65% of our profit, you can't just say that. You need to stand back and think about it. And I think they fell into the trap of wanting to appear to be politically correct to the masses. And sometimes it's business. You have to, sometimes even us as consumers, you need to stand back and say, but it's a business though. Why don't Nike invest in more bots and Adidas do this and New Balance do that? It's a business. There's shareholders to satisfy. There's jobs to
100%.
have. Like, you can't, I don't know, man. It's deeper than that, man. It's a business.
I have one thing that can maybe be said for this though. Because like, I don't think we can say Adidas fell off. I think we can say Yeezy fell off. Because Adidas low-key came back with a campus.
Bro,
and
the next thing we're going to be discussing is brand of the year. And like, I'm slightly foreshadowing, I'm going to be talking about Adidas, right? So I'm just saying it now, right? But I'm going to let you go off on flop of the year, right?
Well, for me, I'm going to go for individual shoes for flop of the year. Because like normally shoes that have loads of hype and then like fall flat. So I mean, like, I guess you can say the Union like but I have my pair, like it's at the bottom, but like that shoe, like I don't know, there was like some pretty decent hype on it towards the release. I was like day before release when it came out, like I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, like I want them just to see what they're like in hand. And I think everyone got them in hand and instantly was like, yeah, these are cool, like these are really nice. And then like resale value, now you can get them for like 140. But I think the number one like fall off, simply just because of how it's been in the past, is the Gratitude 11. I think the Gratitude 11 is the biggest flop.
Yeah, and it's a shame. It's a shame because
just because for years of what 11s used to be.
This is it, bro. For years the Holiday 11 was just something that everyone looked forward to, and I don't really know like what went wrong with that. I think it was something that a lot of like sneakerheads looked forward to year over year, and I think
too many
I'd probably say, this is probably. I mean, but the thing is,
a decent shoe.
But that's like, it's basically one a year in terms of like a re-release.
Just an honourable mention. I'm almost certain that the Amaman Year Jordan 12 came out in January this year.
Oh yeah,
it did.
And that did not perform the way.
Yeah, it flopped.
You know how much I sold my pair for? I sold my pair, I think, for £81 or something like that. And I paid $195 for it.
Jeez.
$195 for that pair.
The 12s, those 12s just missed.
They're just hard to rock. It's a nice shoe, but nice to look at. You can't wear it.
Yeah.
I would say for myself, biggest flop in terms of 2023, this whole Fear of God, Jerry Lorenzo, bro. Let me be real with you. Okay, so this is, by the end of this, you're gonna know that number one, I respect Jerry Lorenzo, and number two, I've always respected Fear of God, but I know too much about Jerry Lorenzo to not let this guy off.
Okay,
right? I have to give it to him on this thing, bro. This guy, and Kaff clocked it as well. Yep. He's heard me say this before, right? Yep. Jerry Lorenzo has made the same shoe about 4 or 5 times, bro.
Whoa,
he makes the same shoes every time, bro. He makes the same shoes every time, and it's pissing me off, bro. Because you don't need 3 years to make that shoe.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need 3 years to make that shoe. Don't get me wrong, the clothing is too expensive, but the clothing bangs, respectfully. So whoever's gonna buy it is gonna buy it, right? I don't think it's gonna sell out, but it actually is very cool, right? So I have to put full respect in it. His silhouette, in terms of his like his artistry and his craft, I don't think anybody can ever deny Jerry Lorenzo is one of them ones, right? Yeah. But broski, when it comes to kicks, he's phoning it in, and I'm pissed, broski. I don't know if everyone feels the same way as me, but I've said it before. The guy makes the same shoe over and over and over again. Maybe it's because he got his own last and he's been using the same last for the last 10 years. But bro, like, we need something new. From Fear of God. We need something new, bro.
And if you check the Fear of God sneaker range, It's the same
It's the
shoe
same.
that he's just
It's the
dropped in
same.
Adidas. It's the same. That camel
What's the
color
retail on
one,
that shoe?
the low top, and the fear of God sneakers are like what 250.
Well, retail, yeah. They were like 300. I swear, they were like 300
Is it?
retail.
It's the
But
same
what's
shoe.
the retail on the Adidas shoe? Gotta be like 250 or something like that.
It's like 250 or something. Well, no, I think.
Bro, why?
Yes.
But is it his name that's doing that, or is it actually the manufacturing? Like,
This is part of the reason why I respect what he's done. I think his clothes are sick. I think what he's done in the culture is sick. But him as a person is not very likable, and there's something he rubs people the wrong way. I'm not going to say what I've heard about him behind the scenes, but you see it in some of the things he says. Last week, when he was challenged on the price of the fear of God being out of touch, he said God made him price it that way.
Come on, bro.
So if it's
fear of God, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
bro, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we out here, God-fearing men out here, bro. But come on, man.
I don't.
God wants everyone to get these kicks. I feel.
God basically told him
exactly
to make them joints too expensive.
Exactly.
Like, for certain people.
But this is what I'm saying.
How you gonna blame God?
Because the paradox to that is if it sits and no one buys it because it's too expensive. Are you now?
It's God's fault, right?
Are you now going to say, "Oh, that was God trying to humble me"? Like, don't use God. Don't bring God into this, man.
Bro, don't bring God into this.
Had margin.
I can see why that's a long day for him.
You had margins.
That's Aggie, man. That's crazy.
You had margins to meet, and you priced it so you could meet those margins.
Bro, he had but Kaff, you know the reason why he had margins to meet. He probably took money up front. He's been sitting for the last 3 years, just enjoying whatever he's been enjoying, bro. And now, like, we need to make our money back.
I know.
Like, people are twisting screws.
I know.
Like Adidas are saying, we made a massive investment in fear of God. We threw our whole basketball department behind you, broski. You are it. You're everything.
I know why it took this long. I'm just waiting to see if it comes out. I already know why it took this long, but we'll see in it. We'll see.
See, Kaff with that insider info.
It's not even inside information. Anyone who's worked with him or knows people that have worked with him knows. And I think if you read between the lines, you know why it took too long. I think someone's trying to be the next Ye. That's my honest opinion.
I hear that, bro. I hear that.
I don't think there will be a next Ye, man. There won't be a next Ye.
There won't be, exactly.
The closest person was Virgil.
Can't do it.
The closest
can't do it.
Nah.
And the thing is, the closest with Virgil, because of how close him and Virgil were as well. Now, don't get me wrong, Jerry Lorenzo was kind of in the mix as well, but bro, like, you can't. Anyway, we're not going to get into that because that's a deeper discussion all in of itself.
Yeah. Bro, Jerry Lorenzo is in like the same conversation as someone like Travis Scott, basically. Like,
yeah.
They're like that same type of caliber. And like either of them can be cut, like, to be honest, like
exactly.
Like, if the company just said bye, like any one of them.
I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that. Okay, so we're gonna bring this back a little bit now, and I kind of, as I said, I foreshadowed it a little bit, so I might as well go first. I'm gonna talk about brand of the year, right? And I feel like this is a brand with the best overall contribution, right? And I said it earlier. I'm calling out Adidas, and I want to give them their flowers, right? I'm an Adidas guy. I'm a Nike guy, probably 65%, but there's a strong 35% of me that I've loved Adidas and what they've done over the years. You get me? I always felt that they relied too heavily on certain silhouettes, right? And they haven't brung up enough silhouettes for them to have a full range that anyone could go to them and utilize. But I've always felt whatever they've done has been done to a very good standard. They had a terrible few years, like with the whole thing with Yeezy, as you pointed out, Kaff, which is completely correct. Terrible few years where they were completely in the wilderness, right? This year, bro, they got put on. Yeah. This year, they brought it back. Now, with respect, they had the situation,
From nostalgia.
Yes.
From nostalgia.
Bro, but the thing is, we're in a nostalgia phase right now. People love what used to be, right? And they managed to turn it around. And if there was ever a time for them to do it, this was the time for them to do it. Last year, the biggest selling shoe of the year was the Panda. This year, it's the Samba.
Wait,
bro.
Can we say it all together?
Everywhere.
Should we say it all together?
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
The
Samba. The Samba. We need to rehearse on that one. Broski, like, they completely turned their thing around. And I understand what you said in regards to Yeezy and that kind of debacle. But for whatever reason, right, people got their Yeezys for about a month this year, right? It may never happen again. They may decide to burn all the stock, but ultimately we got them Yeezys for a minute, and people were able to pick up a couple grills, like almost like Samba did this thing, strong collabs, like Wells Bonner, Gucci, Bad Bunny, Bape, like the guys did their thing. Kiffs, like the guys really, really did their thing, and they are now on the mouths of a new generation, like that weren't messing with Adidas in any way, and it's cool to see. So I've got to give them their props, man.
You know, the CEO of Nike, I'm pretty sure I must have seen this recently. Like, the CEO of Nike made a claim, the CEO of Adidas, made a claim to Nike that next year they're basically cooking like some mad stuff to be like watch out for us next year. That's what they're saying. And then Kevin Durant is there saying, ain't nobody.
I would never wear Adidas.
Yeah,
but the thing is, you have to be like, it's like with everything in life, yeah. Like it's perception. Perception is key, right? They want to feel, and they want people to assume, right, that they're in that same space. They're not in the same space as Nike. They're nowhere near, right? Market cap, market share. They're nowhere near. They're in a completely different stratosphere. They should look at brands like Saucony and New Balance, right? In terms of their competition. Is bigger
than those two.
No, you need to actually know whether it's bigger or not. You need to actually know whether it's bigger or not.
I'm not gonna lie. New Balance had a very big 2021, 2022.
Bro, I can tell you for a fact.
Like of what they did, or are we talking like as big?
No, I'm talking market share. I'm talking market share. Market share. Adidas. Last year in 2022, shout out to Soul Supply, because they did all the trending reports on this. Really? In 2022, and this was for Europe, right? So. Okay. I'm saying take it for what it is. In 2022, Nike and Jordan Brand had about 75% of the market, right? New Balance had 10%. Adidas had 3% last year. It wasn't close, bro. Year before they had 12, so they lost their 10%.
Wow,
right? They lost their 10% in the space of a year. Right, but what did they do in 2021? Nothing. What did they do in 2022? Nothing. This has been their year, bro. You get me? And those are the years that culminated, bro. Those are the years that culminated with New Balance coming up 550. You get me? Like I'm saying, 997. All of these different things that went out to the mass market. Now people love New Balance. Yeah, Taylor Swift is all rocking New Balance and stuff. They came up. You get me? Like. So they're on the tail end of that. They lost their market share, bro. They are not the same kind of company. We have it traditionally in our heads that these are two behemoths, bro. There's one behemoth and there's one pretender. And that was Adidas. Now, respectfully, right? That's how it has been. Adidas may be on a path to getting back to something like what they were back in their heyday. You get me? Like, we all watched the movie. Like, we know that when Jordan was thinking about what brand to go to, it was Adidas that were the heavy hitters, bro. Yeah, in that scenario, Adidas were the heavy hitters, and everything can swim back around, right? But it is what it is, bro. They have not been where we think they were, and they have come up this year, and you just have to give them that respect. But I've said what I've said about Adidas. What do you guys think in terms of brand of the year? Kaff, talk to me.
I'll agree. I agree with you to an extent. I'd say Adidas have had the comeback of the year, but
that's a great shout.
And get comfortable, lads, because like we're so spoiled by Nike and Jordan that I think we just expect it from them. It's like having Eric Haaland in your team. You just expect him to score. Sneakers day, Air Max day, ambush up tempo. Travis Scott Jordan 1, April skate dunks, Powerpuff Girls SB dunk. They create the Mac attack coming back. There's so many Nike and Jordan moments throughout the year. You can almost never say Nike out brand of the year.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
You can almost never say.
I almost discount them because they're too big.
This is it.
And it's kind of unfair. It's kind of unfair.
We tend to not want to give them their flowers because they always get it. But what's the reality of the situation? I hate the fact that Manchester City are the best football team in the league. What's the reality though? They are. That's the
They're the
reality.
best football team in the league. That's the reality.
Whether you like it or not, they're the best.
Whatever the Premier League table says, they're the best team in the league. They're still the best.
Put in the comments down below if you agree with that.
Whether you like it or not, they're the best. If they're not the best, I mean, if they don't win the league, you expect them to. If Nike don't have the,
it's so crazy. If Nike even if Nike has a bad year, they still do decent. Like even if Nike,
they're always gonna do decent, man.
And there's kicks that I know I'm forgetting about. They brought back the Big Bubble Air Max 1 this year. That was a moment.
Absolutely.
They had the first Travis Golf Jordan 1 low. That went crazy.
That went crazy.
Yoon Ambush got her up tempo out. People it's a bit of a Marmite shoe, but when you see it on foot, it breaks necks. People that like it.
A lot of people love that shoe, bro.
The Zoom Vomero 5 has become a lot of people's beater shoe.
They're pushing
that Vomero 5
wasn't the Spider-Man Jordan 1 this year as well?
It was this year.
Bro, the SB Jordan 4
had a rollout.
That's what I'm saying.
That had a rollout.
About rollouts like that shoe earlier.
Here you go.
Yeah,
they do so
the
much.
The Spider-Verse kick was a hard shoe. They had a decent rollout.
They do so much, we forget about certain moments. Like
it's true. It's
true. Crazy. It's crazy, bro. So it's Nike, man. Whether we want to accept it or not, it's Nike, bro.
Bro, I'm agreeing with Kaff, man. I swear, bro. No disrespect to any of these other brands, but Nike's really kind of just the bread and butter. I feel like everyone kind of sees their formula and will do their best to copy them. We see this, designer brands copy Nike designs. It's not really Nike's fault. They kind of just did the right steps in history to kind of get what's popular back then, and it's still popular now. But these other brands, they can still survive in their own lanes and still strive to bigger heights. But the only way a brand is going to really overtake Nike is as if Nike have a fall off and another brand is excessively doing well at the same time. And then they're going to call the troops like Virgil and Kanye and Sakai and all these people.
Bro,
they have all of that in their back pocket. Exactly. They could actually draw for, because there are. I mean, Kaff will probably know. I'm sure there are thousands, probably hundreds. I'd say. Let me not exaggerate. Hundreds of designs from Virgil that are unreleased, bro.
If you see some of the stuff plans to come out next year, it's not even that. When I saw that Adidas CEO statement of we're gonna cook next year, I'm like, bro, you've got no.
Bro, just settle, bro. Just settle down.
Unless you
don't poke that beast.
Unless you've got a time machine and you've gone back to sign Virgil Abloh, I don't know what
it's not gonna do. It's not
bro. Even then, I'm even becoming a lot more strict on shoes because Nike this year have come down a little bit for me in terms of releases and everything like that. But for next year, I'm even being super strict on what's coming out. I'm even being strict on these bread reimagines because I have new buck breads already, which is what we need to be honest. But even some bangers, bro, Galaxy Foam Posits and Olympic Sixes. Because I like retros. Retros is my thing. It's very rare where I will get a new colorway that's come out and I genuinely really, really like it. I go after retros. I think there's only one new colorway coming out next year that I want, which is the Ivory 3s, those craft 3s. I want those. Yeah, I definitely want those. But I go after retros and collabs mainly. But even so, Nike next year, I don't think it's gonna be tough for these other brands.
And Adam's just made a good point there. Yeah. Nike released so many bangers that even the consumer has to be strict and say, okay, I'm just getting Jordan or I'm just getting Air Max. With any other,
you have to be a little bit more discerning.
With any other brand, you could legit say, okay, I'm getting Gazelles and Sambas and I'll be all right. You can't with Nike. It's they'll release a brand new silhouette and you'll be like, I think I want that. You can't do it, bro.
Get me, man.
No, I respect it, man. You man shut down my Adidas thing, but at least I got that thing off.
No.
And I have to respect it. And do you know what? No, but on the realness though, I think it is 100% legitimate, and I think it is 100% correct what you're saying. They are so big that it's easy to just overlook them, but you can't because they're just them, right? So it is what it is. You just have to.
Yeah.
No, you just have to accept it, bro. You just have to accept it. We're gonna do a couple of honourable mentions. I know we've done some shout outs throughout. But there are a couple of silhouettes that I thought this year were actually really cool, and I wanted to shout them out. So I'm gonna jump in. I thought the Yoto Haragomi was probably, like, in terms of the SB dunks, I'll probably say top 3. I think it was fantastic. I think it was absolutely fantastic.
Really?
I think for a first, bro,
Really?
I think I had the shoe in hand. The quality of that suede on that shoe, you get me, like, was just immaculate. It was a fantastic shoe in every aspect. Completely wearable because of all the various different colours and the way they use the colours on that shoe. Very muted tones, so simple. The only reason I didn't hold my pair was SBs they're not comfortable to me for some reason. So it's so funny that the Jordan 4 SB is a comfortable shoe for me to wear, whereas the actual SB dunks are not as comfortable. But it's a shoe that I definitely, they're a bit hit and miss for me. Whereas I needed to get that shoe in hand to really see the levels of the quality on it. So I love that shoe. The Cold Wall TN, I think, was fantastic.
I think plain. I thought it was a bit plain.
But this is it, right, bro? This is about the elements. This is about, like, that whole thing of, like, bringing things down to their purest form, like the white, the black, and the blue. Obviously, I haven't got any clout, so I didn't get any the blue pair. Managed to cop the white pair. You get me. But, like, the shoe was fire, and I think this was the 25th year anniversary of the Air Max Plus, the TN, and I think it was important, like, for them to shine a light on TNs in general. And I think in general we did that. I think the Barcelona TN was fire as well. So I think those two were fantastic. The last one I'm going to throw out there in terms of an honourable mention, is a left field shoe, and I'd be interested to know if this was even on anyone's radar, right? It's a UK brand. It's called No Two Ways, right? And it was their mocha colorway.
Yeah, I see that,
bro. Their mocha. Bro, I spoke to Rocky. Shout out to Rocky from No Two Ways. I think the brand is Rocky and Calyx, the YouTuber. Bro, that shoe was fantastic. That mocha colorway on that shoe was fantastic. I needed to shout them out. I needed to let them know that I vibe with that shoe. I wasn't able to get it in my size. It actually sold out. Like, it was a really, really good rollout. And I saw a lot of it on my timeline. So I need to big them man up.
I think that's definitely the best shoe that they've, like, ever made, I think.
100%. 100%.
I'm, like, correct me if I'm wrong. The other silhouette, unfortunately, I don't remember the name, but it's the silhouette that they dropped literally right before this milk one. It's an all-white colorway, and it has, like, the No Two Ways branding arrows on the bottom.
The formula. I think you're referring to... no, I think you're referring to the one that's called the Kyrie. The one with the arrow.
I think that's the one.
I think it's called the Kyrie. The Kyrie. Yeah. Interesting, different. They're putting themselves on the map. Every single drop is selling out. Put full respect on Rocky and Calyx's name, man. No Two Ways are doing their thing, and they're from the UK,
like,
man.
the UK
so big them, man,
brands. The brands that come from here, like feel, like, extra special.
Yeah, man. I big them, man, up, man, because, like, you're not gonna hear many sneakerheads talking about No Two Ways, but people are buying them kicks. People are buying them kicks, man. And as years go past, like, and they continue to build their legacy. Like, I'm saying, like, in 10 years, as you were saying earlier, in 10 years, we may be looking at a brand on the level of a Saucony or a New Balance, man. They may be doing things like that. A few more collaborations, keep on doing their thing in terms of designing. Bro, they're getting there. They're doing something, like, and I've spoken to Rocky, the head designer, and he's legit. 100% legit in terms of his credibility and in terms of his skills, like. So yeah, I'm expecting big things from No Two Ways, but yeah, what are you guys saying in terms of honorable mentions?
Singular releases, I think
anything.
This one's quite... I was very excited for these.
Oh yeah. You spoke a lot about those. I was
very excited.
He's holding the Fear Jordan 3s in hand.
Bro, like, bearing in mind, this is my least favorite out of the pack, but I was really excited for this one. This is, like, because I've been through, like, a lot of shoes, like, when I used to flip kicks. But the Fear 3, I was never able to, like, get that one in hand. I've always loved the color scheme. I thought it was so simple, but yet so effective. Like, the orange on it just pops. And I don't even wear, like, dark shoes like that. I don't even wear, like, black shoes or smoke grey shoes like that. But that shoe, I can't wait to really throw it on feet and like test out the materials and everything like that. I think that was a huge sleeper. Like, look,
it was a sleeper. Do you know what the interesting thing was? Because of your videos, Adam, because you fully shone a light on the Fear 3 and the fact that it was coming out. I just like it wasn't for me, but I just really was like, I would be interested to see what the uptake was on the drop. I checked on the drop, and within probably like 5, 10, 15 minutes, there was literally only a couple of sizes left.
No, like I think I looked at like I think my size and smaller than me sat like for a while. I think sat for like 2 days. I think sizes might still be sitting now because I got my pair. I got my pair from Selfridges, and I asked the girl that was there.
I'm talking about this. I was talking about the sneakers.
The sneakers release. Yeah. No, I think sizes are still under.
Yeah, sneakers had sizes for a while.
Yeah, pretty sure. No, there's shoes everywhere, bro. I think retail's like 1.
Oh, okay. There's 6, 7, 8, and an 8.5. Everything else is sold out. There was only a few. I think it was around the same amount when I went on there. Like I was shocked.
People returned pairs.
Oh, people really? Yeah, people maybe that might be the case. Pairs. People really were turning out for these, but like I was surprised, but I was actually happy because you'd been talking about them for quite a while, and I was thinking, you know what, maybe it really did touch a nerve, and people were really getting into it, man. And yeah, I think the colorway is calm.
Yeah, I think
the materials are good.
It's a low key colorway, like plus also it's kind of just like nostalgic from like that era. From that 2013 era, because like not many nice Jordan 3 colorways come out these days. I think everything kind of looks the same. But the Fear 3, and I also love the new cut that they do. I'm really hoping we get the 4 soon. I think the 4s will come out like in 2 years. I hope they release the 5 first, but I know they won't do that. They should release the 4 and the 5 in the same year. But I think 4s in 2 years and 5s the year after that.
Hear that. Kaff, you got any honourable mentions?
I can't remember if I've said this to you before, but the Joe Freshgoods 993.
Hard.
If you don't remember which one it is, this one.
Oh yeah.
Seen that. I just think
you got 3 colours.
There was like a green one as well, and I think pink. All the same sort of really sale sort of. The sale is Nike, but the really cream midsole. I just think they were a clean shoe. They look really nice on feet. They sold out like the first time. They restocked, sold out, and then I think Offspring got a few pairs. They sprinkled them online. They sold out. People really like them. The 993 is very comfortable. The only thing that puts me off getting a lot of New Balance is historically for me, they were always just a bit too expensive. But now,
super expensive.
But now the average Jordan is almost creeping up to that 200 mark.
Yeah, it's creeping up, man. It's creeping up.
We don't pay retail, man. We get them on sale, bro. On sale.
So if I can get them on sale, I definitely would. But there's too much to buy at the moment. So I'm being super strict at the moment. So, but that's an honourable mention. I don't think it's anywhere near shoe of the year contender, but I don't think it was a really dope, clean pair that came out this year.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Everything that Joe Freshgoods does, he don't miss, bro.
Yeah, it's just clean. Miss.
Like he's a very, very sharp collaborator, man. And everything he's done with New Balance has actually been pretty pretty smooth. For listening to this episode of Kicks Chronicles, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube, audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.